Hey folks, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Tonight, we're going to go visit our friends over at Novo Brewing in Corrales, New Mexico is where this one came from. It's their Austin Flowers. Yeah, baby.
We get the warhead and we hold the world ransom for $1 million.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give your unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. We have a special guest this evening. This is my lovely wife, Leslie. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
Thank you for having me.
Hey, Leslie.
Appreciate checking out this video. I've got also Andy in the attic and Jay. I'm Ben. Gentlemen, what are we drinking tonight?
A little Austin Flowers. Yeah, baby. From Novo Brewing. It's a hazy IPA.
Flowers, he's the man. Let's do it.
I'm still very surprised, Andy, you did not dress in some sort of Austin Power.
Well, you think I've got some 60s flower power shagadelic outfits just in my closet?
I cannot believe you hadn't gone for Halloween or something as Austin Powers at some point.
That's interesting.
Why could you not believe that?
It just seems like a very Andy, thing to do.
Your
I will say this.
Very shagadelic, baby.
There you go.
Yes. It's very chunky.
Oh.
Oh, it is.
Oh, God.
That's good stuff.
It is lava lampish. What is going on?
That's the good stuff, Leslie.
So somebody explain to me.
You have to drink.
You picked a great beer to join us on.
So why is this happening? Somebody tell me.
This is flocculence.
Yeah.
This is you'll see some of this in IPAs. The stuff that's gets through. Oh, it's unfiltered.
Unfiltered. So yeah.
Some of the
Okay, so if a non educated beer drinker, tell me what this is.
As non-educated beer drinkers ourselves.
It's just like it's just the yeast and the sediment and the from
the additives to the beer.
Okay.
It's that they call it a hazy IPA for a reason.
It's quite hazy.
So, given that you know how our show goes because you've seen a bunch of them, this is where we do.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Try not to get a chunk.
Yeah, I got some.
The taste is good.
Okay.
I like the taste.
Chew it down.
Yep.
Jay, you have had this before, correct?
I have, yes.
Was it on draft or was it in a can?
Both. I had this on draft in summer of last year.
Do you recollect it being like this?
It wasn't like this. That's from aging over time and settling. I had probably a 4-pack of cans of this over late summer into the fall when we went to the beach.
This looks like it was canned in July.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This being February.
7 months.
All right. What may do? So, Austin Flowers, Hazy IPA, 6.8%, 5 IBUs. It is has tropical taste with flavors of guava, grapefruit, mango, and coconut. Uses Eldorado hops, Mosaic hops, Sabro hops, and Simcoe hops. Malts are cariform, flaked oats, Rahr 2-row, Rahr Premium Pilsner, and Rahr White Wheat. It's got a lot of malts for a hazy IPA. Wow. Their flavor profile, according to Ex Novo, fruity, juicy, piney, and citrus. It's a sweet tropical taste. We are no stranger to Ex Novo.
Yeah, we've had a couple recently. Too.
Yeah, out of Corrales. It's a brew pub, started in 2014. Originally, he started in Portland, Oregon, and then Beaverton, Oregon. The founder was originally from Corrales, New Mexico, so he wanted to come home close to family. In 2019, he did so and opened Ex Novo there, and then sold the Oregon.
Yep.
In December of 2023, he sold the Oregon locations. And for those who haven't seen the other ones, Ex Novo means from scratch in Latin, or from the beginning.
Yep. And we had a video that just released with another special guest that covered a lot of detail and some of the intricacies of Ex Novo.
Yep, that was exactly what I was about to say. We had Ed on the show there with Jay and had a lot of great information about Ex Novo. So definitely check out a couple of videos with Ed. One Ex Novo and one La Cumbre, if I remember correctly. So
it just kind of suspends there.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very interesting.
That's a big floater you got there. Look at that.
It's like a lava lamp.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yep. So this one's fun.
This is a one-off. The availability. So I don't know if they're going to do it year by year or just this year. I don't know. And if for those who don't know, Austin Flowers is a take on the movie franchise Austin Powers, character created by
No way.
Mike Myers. The original Austin Powers, or the Austin Powers International Man of Mystery, was released in 1997. Now, it didn't hit the movie theater. It didn't make a big box office, but it was big on rentals. And I remember in college, we had a VHS of this and played it over and over and over, that I had it memorized. And so we could, as we played it, just start saying them. We had a lot of free time back then.
Which is why I'm very surprised that you don't have a Halloween costume related to Austin Powers.
I lived it.
Yeah.
I mean, he at least has some hair that he could pull it off.
So Ex Novo is New Mexico?
Yes.
It is.
Super cool.
Right outside of Albuquerque, Corrales.
That's their main brewery now, but they've opened another tap room and restaurant downtown, which is really nice. They've got like one of those 5-star Michelin chefs there. So really good
Super
food,
cool.
really good beer.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, Leslie, since you know how the show goes, how is our scoring system?
I don't really like the chunky part.
No,
But the taste is very
how do we
good.
score it?
What's
What's our score?
What's our scale?
Yeah.
Help me out.
1 to 10.
1 to 10, apparently.
Yeah.
Half numbers, apparently. That's what I'm getting from over here.
Well, I'll go ahead and do the rating. I think it is true to its description. It is super light tasting for a hazy. It doesn't feel like 6.8. And it could be because it's separated and I'm getting the what's coming out of it. But it exactly as described. I'm getting all those tropical flavors and a little bit of coconut. I was surprised at the mango and coconut. I can't, but I like it. I think I would like it even more if didn't have this mental block of the stuff that I'm consuming too. But I give it a 7.5. It's good beer. I really like it, and it's light and it's kind of refreshing.
All right, I'll jump in there and go next. Obviously, Jay's you've had the beer, Jay. So you would normally
I haven't had this version of it.
Yeah, you would normally get to go last. We got
Yeah.
so you don't get to. You get to go last between the three of us at least.
Need some cheesecloth to drink it.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me.
This one is. It's interesting. You know, you definitely have some, as Andy said, mental block based on what you actually see in the glass. If you drank this out of the can, though, you'd never know. You know.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
you happen to do that. I think that the nose, though, for me is when I took the first, sniff of it, and I was like, man, this doesn't smell good at all. I don't know. I'm trying to like what to compare it to. Like, it doesn't have a good aroma to it. But that being said, it is very light. None of the flavors to me are overpowering of the other. It's tropical, but it almost. I made this reference before. It's almost like drinking a seltzer water that has a flavor in it. Like if you get a lemon seltzer water, where it's just kind of a lemon flavored water, where it's just so light that those flavors. I mean, it's a little more than a flavored water, but that's just kind of how it comes across to me because of how light it tastes. But I like it. I think it's very refreshing. I think it'd be great on a hot day, drinking out of the can when I can't see what is actually in there. So
Or on draft.
Yeah, on draft would be great too. I think this would be one I would love to get again for sure if they do produce it. I'm going to give it 7.5. I think it's has a great flavor. I mean, it's just a tropical hazy IPA, and but it's light, which there's no bitter, so I'm going to like that.
Yeah. So
Right,
yeah, I would say the mental block probably drops each year scores. I mean, it'll drop my score to about half a point. In fairness, to them. Yeah, because it's not quite the same beer as it was when I had it. Gosh, probably 5 months ago. And I did drink out of the can. I drank one or two of them out of the can. I poured one or two of them into the glass, and it wasn't quite like this. Might have had a little bit, like we're used to, the little bit of sediment, but not anywhere to this extreme. And when I had it on draft, it didn't have any of this. So, all that said, yeah, it's. I hear what you're saying, Ben. I'm not quite getting the watered down seltzer version, but it's separating in and of itself still. So I get the notes, the tropical, the hazy. It's still a good beer to me. I'm going to rate it an 8, which is down a good bit for me, but.
This, if you were to give me a blind taste test on this and I were to drink it, I wouldn't say hazy IPA. I would say more like a Berliner Weiss, almost the way this drinks.
Yeah, I don't think I'd
Except for
pull the
me.
ABV out of it either.
No, I totally agree. Like I don't get the coconut, but I get all the
That's
citrus
usually
notes.
hard.
And drinking out of a can or draft, I think I would, absolutely love it. I would never get the ABV. Just like this would be delicious
Deceptive.
at a pool, getting the citrus notes and everything. I really liked it.
What would you put it on a 10-point scale? Knowing that we
I
only
don't
have-
know. Well, I've never rated anything at all, so I don't know what's a 1 and what's a 10, or what.
No wrong answers.
Yeah.
But
Ben is a 10.
Right.
no, I mean, he said 7. He said 7.5. I agree more with Jay. I like the 8. Like, but having it out of a can or out of draft, like the sediment is a little
Bumps
Yeah,
it up. Yeah.
Yours has
icky.
on the bottom there. It's just one.
Oh, no.
That's a little-
Check mine.
But
Look at that.
I don't mind, like, I'll just pretend like it's like fruit sediment,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Yeah, it's
But
like
the
pulp
taste
orange
is
juice.
great, and it does not taste like the ABV. I like it. I think it's very refreshing and fun. I like it. So I would say 8. I would agree with Jay.
If you just one time. Zip it.
That is going to be a 7.8. I don't even know what we're drinking for the Austin Flowers Ex Novo Hazy IPA. Definitely a very flocculent beer, at least if you let it sit for a while, as we have. But hey,
Nuts.
yeah, several months after the fact. But definitely one you should check out. I think, barring the flocculence, we all enjoyed this one today. So appreciate you guys checking out this video. I want to say a special thanks to Leslie, my wife, for joining us. Thanks for coming on the show.
Cheers,
Thanks for
Leslie.
having me.
Hopefully you enjoyed
you.
your first
I
flocculent
did.
beer.
I did.
Class the joint up here.
Yeah. So
Hey, she scored
so-
it higher than both you fools.
well, yeah. All right. Again, appreciate you checking out this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell. We got a bunch of links down below. We got some Hopped Up Beer Review merch. We've got some links for our social media sites. You need to go check out the merch and get yourself something. We've got our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. It's a chat room. We're all three there. Leslie's not there yet. She hasn't joined us, but we are all there. So be sure to check that out. We've got some links for some hardware, software that we use to produce this show. And lastly, some links for some glassware that we have purchased that we sometimes show on the show. So check all that out down below. Again, appreciate you checking out this video. For Andy in the Attic and Jay and Leslie, I am Ben.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Crikey!
We've got company. It looks like one of Dr. Evil's savages.